So let's talk about AI. It's everywhere, right? And everyone's talking about the AI revolution, especially in education. But here's the thing, are we actually preparing our students for it in the right way? Today, we're going to unpack a powerful argument that suggests we might be focusing on the wrong thing entirely. This right here, this quote, is the heart of our entire explainer today. It's not about the raw power of the technology itself. Nope. It's about the skill, the strategy, and most importantly, the mindset of the person who's actually directing it. This one idea is going to reframe how you think about AI in the classroom. And where are we getting this from? Well, our insights today are pulled from a brilliant article called Mindset Before Toolset. It's by Kartikeya Bowler, who's an associate professor at the TA Pi Management Institute. His argument is basically our roadmap for the next few minutes. Okay, so here's our game plan for breaking down his argument. First, we'll dive into that core idea, mindset before toolset. Then we're going to expose two fundamental gaps that are holding back real progress. After that, we'll explore the solution he proposes, which he calls the co-creator shift. And finally, we'll look at a truly game-changing new role for AI, as a co-pilot for the teachers themselves. So what's Bowler's main point? It's that while we're all, dazzled by the shiny new AI tools, the real problem isn't the technology at all. It's how we're preparing people to think about and to use that technology. The problem, he argues, is with our teaching, not our tech. And to back this up, Kartikeya Bowler points out two critical gaps. And these gaps show a massive disconnect between the big vision for AI in education and what's actually happening on the ground. Let's dig into the first one. Okay, so check this out. A recent survey asked leaders at business schools about AI. You've got 85% of deans who believe their institutions are encouraging AI use. But when you ask the faculty, the people actually in the classrooms, that number drops all the way down to 63%. That is a huge 22-point gap in perception. And it gets even wider. When you ask if faculty should be using AI in class, 80% of deans say, yes, absolutely. But that number just plummets to 55% among the faculty themselves. You see what this shows, right? It's a classic top-down vision, but without the bottom-up support and resources that the teachers really need. Now for the second gap. All this debate over whether students should use AI, it's basically irrelevant. Why? Well, because they already are. A Digital Education Council poll found that a whopping 86% of students are using AI for their schoolwork right now. So adoption isn't the problem. So the real question is, how are they using it? Well, they're using AI for pretty low-level, efficiency-focused tasks. Think of it like a superpowered search engine or a grammar checker, not as a partner for deep strategic thinking. And here it is. This is the punchline. Even though so many students are using AI, 58% of them say they don't feel like they know enough about it to be ready for the workplace. They know how to use the tool, sure, but they haven't been taught how to use it well. And that is the exact problem that innovative schools are now trying to solve. So what's the solution? According to Bowler, we need a fundamental shift in our mindset. It's time to move beyond seeing AI as just a simple tool and start treating it as a strategic partner. He calls this the co-creator shift. So what exactly is co-creation? Well, it's the skill of using AI not just to do stuff, but to think through stuff. It means you're engaging with AI as a collaborator, to brainstorm, to solve really complex problems, and to come up with truly new ideas. It's a dialogue, not just a command. And this slide just captures that shift perfectly. For years, the most valuable AI skill was seen as the technical stuff, right? The ability to build AI systems, coding, data science, all that. But the focus is changing. The new essential skill is the strategic ability to think with AI. It's about asking the right questions and framing the right challenges. And this isn't just a theory. It's happening right now. At Queen Mary University of London, for example, students are using AI to generate and evaluate a bunch of different strategic options in business simulations. And at Nanyang Business School, students actually team up to create prompts, and then they critically analyze the AI's output, questioning its logic and exposing its biases. They're learning to lead the technology, not just follow its instructions. But look, this new way of teaching, it requires a massive investment of time and energy from the faculty, which brings us right back to that first gap we saw. So Boulder's final point is about flipping the script. What if we stopped seeing AI as just a tutor for students and started seeing it as a co-pilot for the educators themselves? And a prime example of this is happening at ESMT Berlin. They actually built a custom AI tool. And this is a true game changer because it was designed specifically to tackle the two biggest complaints from faculty. I have no time and I have no support. So how's it work? Well, this AI copilot basically acts as a course assistant and a development partner for the teachers. It can scan the entire curriculum to find overlaps, suggest innovative improvements, and it can even help train new teaching assistants by answering their questions. Pretty cool, right? And the crucial point here is this. By letting the AI handle all that time-consuming administrative and organizational work, it frees up the instructors to do what only humans can do best. Coaching, mentoring, and having those critical, high-level conversations with students. It elevates the human side of education.
Which brings us right back to where we started. As Kartikeya Bowler concludes in his piece, the most important skills in the age of AI aren't technical at all. They're deeply human. It's about mastering collaboration, critical thinking, and having the vision to actually drive the technology forward in a meaningful way.
So, as we wrap this up, the ultimate question we're left with isn't about which tools we should adopt. The real challenge, the one that's going to define the next generation of leaders, is figuring out how we learn to truly think with AI as a strategic partner. That's the mindset shift that really matters.